Oh, what could have been between these two? We could now only just imagine.
Oh, year after year, running over the same.
As of course, heartbreak is hard. As now we are seeing the participants' actions of Elon Musk, who just launched his new American party, with a very interesting foreign-born member of it that already has taken an American person's job. All of this as, of course, the battle lines are being drawn for what people will soon be describing as the MAGA civil war that now is unfolding in our social political discourse that is creating a huge, major rift amongst the Republican political party and the MAGA movement that's splintered amongst the MAGAs. Not a big fan of the MAGAs myself here, but where will I be standing on these very divisive political lines? I'm going to be doing my best to answer that question at the end of this particular video. What's going to be happening from here? How will this grow? How will this expand? Well, that's what you could expect to be answered here on this particular YouTube video. So subscribe, click the notification button. We got a lot of things to get into, as of course we have this reporting from Politico about a Trump ally launches new super PAC to counter Elon Musk. Now, wait, why is Trump launching more super PACs to counter Elon Musk now? As of course he just launched another super PAC to go after Thomas Massie, which again isn't the best of looks in my opinion, as this is a whole bunch of infighting that of course is being met with retaliation, as Elon Musk has just officially filed paperwork to launch the new American party. Yes, it is official, and right now we have a listing on One Rocket Road as the headquarters for one single candidate it supports, as now we have Vibipa Tanjija as the CFO, who signed on as the treasurer and custodian of records here. We'll get into that in a little bit here, as a lot of people are expecting the 2026 midterms to be absolutely spicy, as a lot of libertarians are kind of cheering, celebrating this. It's going to be interesting to see the kind of political alliances here. There's a more practical way that I see this kind of political PAC working out here, but let's not forget that there are a lot of emotions behind this, as originally this was created because of the quote big beautiful bill, which Elon Musk wasn't too happy about. Donald Trump said he's not too happy about because of the EV kind of credits and mandates and solar panel and other kind of green new energy things that were gutted from the United States bureaucracy, which in my opinion was a good thing. And then it kind of spiraled out of control to the point where Elon Musk is saying that Donald Trump is on the Epstein client list, and therefore that's why we're not going to get the Epstein client list. And two went back and forth. There was a truce. It looked like Elon sort of apologized, and then they're kind of back at it again, as we could expect. Listen, there's going to be a lot of fireworks here, okay? As this was the last statement that Donald Trump gave publicly about Elon Musk.
He's upset that he's losing his EV mandate, and he's very upset about things, but he could lose a lot more than that. I can tell you right now. Hey, Elon can lose a lot more than that. I don't know. I think we'll have to take a look. We might have to put Doge on Elon. You know what Doge is?
Now, those are very menacing words, especially from the President of the United States, that is threatening to cut off your government contracts. And Elon has made a lot of money off of government contracts. The vast majority of his wealth, predominantly, came in through, of course, carbon trading at Tesla. Now, it wasn't selling Teslas, it was off-selling carbon credits to other companies. Now, upending that, yeah. Elon's probably like, hey, buddy, I gave you like $300 million. All right, I want to keep my EV credits. Doesn't look like that's the way that Donald Trump is acting. And was that the real rift here? Or was it because Donald could be on the, and again, we did a nuanced video about this on the Epstein client list. We went down the rabbit hole about that. Well, watch that video, and then you'll understand my stance on that particular issue. As Elon Musk just announced, when and where should we hold the inaugural American Party Congress? This will be super fun, as he just announced America on his social media platform, Twitter. All of this as, listen, there's a big rift now, especially after the bombing of Iran, especially after we haven't gone the Epstein list, especially with the way that things are going, with a lot of the kind of swamp monsters getting almost everything that they wanted to get here, as well as the neoconservatives. There's a big rift here, and I think Elon Musk is playing up on this kind of political divide in a way that he sees advantageous. Now, we'll tell you that as there's a new kind of group that has a sinking approval rating of Donald Trump. Now, before talking about that and a lot more, we wanted to tell you about unfiltered.com. If you haven't signed up to unfiltered.com, what are you doing? It's quick, it's easy, it's simple. It's 20 cents a day. Just check your spam, make sure you're able to get our email, and then you get a plethora of amazing offers of value that are really incredible, really awesome. And you also get to be a part of an in real life meetup that we're going to be doing in about 3 days from now in Milwaukee. You heard that, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're hanging out. Me, Jeremy from the Quartering, his members, my members. We're all going to come together. We're all going to break bread. We're going to do some kind of competition. There's going to be a grand prize. We're going to have a lot of fun. And you could be a part of that just by becoming a member of LukeUnfiltered.com, 20 cents a day. And then you also get access to me directly. You get to talk to me one-on-one. I'm going to be in my members chat soon. I was at my friend's wedding here in Chicago, the Beanie Man's wedding. And I still been working, as you could see me here from this hotel room, to try to keep you guys active and engaged and up to date with everything that's happening in this particular world here. So lots to talk about, lots to cover. And we are going to be going through all of it on LukeUnfiltered.com. So sign up and then come hang out. It's going to be really cool. We're doing a range day this Sunday as well. So lots of really fun, awesome stuff that's going on in and around just for members of LukeUnfiltered.com. 13 plus years of videos, 3 master classes, seed oil cards you could use at the restaurant in a nice way. All right. There's a lot of people that are just rude. Don't be rude. Be like, hey, excuse me, I have these sensitivities. You want to know what it's all about? LukeUnfiltered.com. Sign up. It's quick, it's easy, it's simple. Now, let's get back to this Daily Mail article that talks about how a shocking new poll shows Trump's approval rating savaged by a key group. That key group, Gen Z voters, as they have a minus 23 and now a minus 41, with just a 27% approval ratings of his job performance. Now, Elon Musk could be looking at this, but I could tap into that group, especially with, his big, huge platform and artificial intelligence and influence that he has, as clearly he is the world's richest man, according to the data. There's even more richer people that are behind the scenes that control and run stuff that just hide their money a little bit better. But this guy still huge sums of money. Now, when we look at everything that kind of is going on here in our political discourse, it is nasty out there, man. I'll tell you, especially after the Iran stuff, it was just brutal. Now, what I think Elon Musk is going to be doing here, because he has a lot of money, and he's been able to help Donald Trump. Some people say he was one of the key components of helping Donald Trump get elected. I think, take a failed assassination attempt had the biggest thing to do with it. But there's other things, like Elon Musk persuading Joe Rogan, and Elon Musk playing a major key pivotal role in the last kind of election cycle. So now that he knows how the election and the politicking works, he has the pocketbooks. And listen, Donald Trump got a lot of money from him. He's not going to be getting that money again. Who will Elon Musk be supporting? Well, probably the likes of Thomas Massie, which Donald Trump made his first type of target that he wanted to go after. He wanted to go after Thomas Massie because Thomas Massie said, hey, before we bomb Iran, we should have a congressional vote on this, and I will respect whatever Congress wants to do. Donald Trump says, primary him now. Okay. I thought that was a bad decision. And then Thomas Massie was like, I'm not voting for your big, beautiful bill. I'm going to try to sabotage it. And then that didn't work. And now there are super PAC advertisements and attacks against Thomas Massie, who I would say, again, I don't agree with everything that Thomas Massie does, just like anybody. I'm not, but I would say he's one of the more kind of principled politicians out there, as there's a lot of politicians that are just absolutely insane, absolutely crazy. Now, there's going to be a bunch of congressional races, local races that I think he's going to get involved in, because he could also, get involved in the way that George Soros does. George Soros is another billionaire, and he gets involved in small local elections, and he was able to make a huge difference in small local elections, especially with the district attorneys, and he was able to change the face of this nation and to lead us into absolute bedlam through, of course, supporting radical leftists. Now, who will Elon Musk be supporting? Well, probably individuals like Thomas Massie here. Now, his kind of take on everything will be interesting, because obviously there's a lot of, this is personal, but there's also, a lot of things that Elon saw, specifically when it came to the failures at Doge here. As he came out and was talking to Joe Rogan before, and he said, quote, I will fully destroy their corruption and the graft, and they will, quote, kill me. Yeah, you heard that correctly. Elon Musk had some very interesting comments on the Joe Rogan podcast about there are levels of corruption that if I expose, they will take me out. And he said this numerous times. Here's the clip.
It's more than just insider trading. Like the insider trading stuff, like the stock portfolio stuff is quite trackable, but there's, it's a lot more than insider trading.
The way they're acquiring wealth.
Correct.
And what other methods?
I mean, this is really going to get me assassinated. It's like, I'm not lengthening my lifespan by explaining this stuff.
Now, a lot of people are like, oh, he's probably talking about the banks that probably have a lot more money than he does. Because, again, the United States has to pay money off to a bank. Who runs that bank? Who controls that bank? I mean, we print our own money. We devalue it. And, the way that the whole kind of BlackRock, State Street, private finance world works with secret bailouts, bailing out all these companies in the name of billions of dollars, is just absolutely disgusting. And I think that's what Elon was discussing here.
To say the least. I mean, I was supposed to go back to D.C. How am I going to survive? This is going to kill me for sure. In fact, I do think like it's like, I actually have to be careful that I don't push too hard on the corruption stuff, because it's going to get me killed. Yeah. It's like, I was actually thinking about that on the plane flight over here. It's like, if I push too hard on the corruption stuff, people get desperate.
Listen, let's be honest, Doge and everything that Elon was trying to do and get done, I mean, he was excited. He's like, I'm going to cut trillions of dollars. And I'm like, okay, I like the sound of that, especially when it comes to cutting government. And then he went into government, and he was stalled, and he was stopped. And then we had the FBI director, and then we had other top executives of the Trump administration being like, yeah, you want an email from all of our employees just to tell you what they did one time in 1 week? No, we're not going to do that. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You can't, whole entire departments can't even comply with one email request? Are you kidding me? An email request calling for accountability or to be fired? That was just absolutely insane. That was just something that I was like, wait, what? What in the world? What are you doing? That made no sense to me at all. And then clearly, Elon never was able to go to the Pentagon, never was able to go and clean out the intel agencies, never was able to really rein in this crazy spending that we're all going to be spending more. Now, Elon had more to say. If I have more time, I'll play this clip, or I'll just do a separate video on it. But there's a lot of people that are excited about this, like my friend Marta Bueno. She's like, I'm super excited. And she's talking about how she wants to build the American Party to liberate the Americans from the two-party shackles. Let's disrupt politics with first principles. And again, the first thing I think about this is how it will splinter right-wingers. And in my opinion, first initial reaction, I mean, this infighting is just nasty. I don't care who you said started it first, because there's going to be some people. Trump started it. Trump went after Thomas Massie. Trump's going after Elon Musk. Elon Musk is just retaliating, supporting Thomas Massie. I get it. But at the same time, the splintering of the base here and allowing a pathway for the radical Democrats to just kind of walk on into power, that is what I am concerned about. Now, I'm also concerned about the deficit, and Elon is saying he is too, saying, hey, yeah, we're spending, what, $2.4 trillion in 2025 just on the deficit? Yo, that is crazy amount of money that people just don't understand how quickly it just destroys your purchasing power and destroys everything. So again, it is a drastic situation. And I'm going to give you more of a concrete answer into all of this. But again, we are facing a major crisis financially. And will the answer be a third political party? Well, Roger Stone points out the last time a super rich guy started a third party, it got us a hillbilly blank as president. But at the same time, the other guy was George H.W. Bush. That guy was a horrible CIA puppet. So it's like, would I rather have this CIA connected hillbilly to Iran-Contra, or would I rather have this Connecticut fake Texan also connected to Iran-Contra and the CIA and to the assassination of JFK to be president of the United States? Who would you choose? But I would just counter Roger, being like, Roger, we have a make-pretend hillbilly CIA stooge that was not elected. But again, we have other people saying, we have Mark Mitchell saying, why should we have a new party when nobody has ever tried reforming Republicans yet? Question mark. And then Owen Schroyer responded here, we thought we did under Trump. Then Mark Levin happened. Yeah, Mark Levin is getting everything he wants right now. So is John Bolton. So is Nikki Haley. And that is the troubling aspect here. Laura Loomer is, of course, on the neocon train now, in my personal opinion. And she's proposing the same kind of policies as John Bolton and all these other kind of like crazy war hawks are proposing, which I'm not a big fan of, as of course the conflict in the Middle East is probably going to kick off any moment in time. But she's coming out and saying Tucker Carlson, MTG, and Thomas Massie will all join the American Party to spite President Trump. Will that happen? I don't know. There's definitely going to be a lot of divisive lines here drawn. I think a lot of people are hyping this up because they want to hype this up. They want people to fight. I think overall, what we're going to see here is we're going to see Elon kind of give his money to a lot of the people that are fighting Trump. Thomas Massie, particularly, I think those individuals. The second person that's going to be supported by Elon Musk, that's going to be extremely telling, okay? Because is Elon Musk just looking for retribution, or is he actually principled on fiscal conservative values? Is he actually principled on these issues? We're going to see. As a lot of people are like, he's not. He just wants retribution. We'll see. Is this retribution, or is this something legitimate to help America? Now, that's an important aspect here. Of course, they're going to face a lot of problems here. There's going to be a lot of institutional barriers that they're going to have to face. Ballot rules. I mean, who's going to be their candidate? There's going to be, of course, a lot of people that are going to be pissed off about the division. There's going to be very difficult to garner political allies. And what will be the future of this? I don't know. But seeing the reaction that people are getting from Tucker Carlson interviewing the president of Iran, I mean, seeing some of these reactions is a little ridiculous. I mean, the best way to have peace is to talk it out. And they're mad that that Tucker Carlson is giving the people of the world a second perspective into what's really going on here on this particular conflict in order to try to de-escalate things. You're not America first because you're not pro-war. Okay, that's only going to further the divide here. And now bring people closer and closer to the grasp of Elon Musk and his microchips and his AI. and again, some of these people that are criticizing Tucker Carlson, those are the people that are spreading this divide. That is my opinion, and I think that's the onus that should be done there. Now, we'll see how all of this kind of plays out here. I mean, the American Party just outsourced its search job to a foreigner. I mean, Elon Musk is a foreigner too. And then he would argue, we're a country of foreigners. How do you think this is going to play out? So right now, I told you where I'm going to be standing. Right now, personally, I'm not jumping in with this political party because there's still a lot that needs to be delved out here. And I don't want the Democrats to have a supermajority because, again, we are talking about the lesser of two evils. Now, we'll see how this develops. That's just my personal stance. Where do you stand? Are you all in on the American Party? Let me know. It'll be interesting to get your honest feedback and perspective here. I always appreciate constructive criticism. I always appreciate you guys being here with me. I hope to see and hang out with you guys in Milwaukee, July 9th in real life. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more. All here exclusively on youtube.com/wearechange.